Welcome to the Corporate Learning Network videocast. I'm Jeff Cattell. Today I have with me Julie Corwin, Executive Director of Marketing in the Division of Professional Studies at Northeastern University. Julie will be speaking at our upcoming conference, Effective Marketing for Online Education, which is occurring December 9th through the 11th in San Diego, California. Julie, welcome to the program.
Hey, happy to be here.
We're happy to have you as well. So I understand you'll be speaking about the zero moment of truth for online programs, which is this idea that half of all online students today never contact or visit a program before enrolling. So how has this zero moment of truth affected your work at Northeastern?
Well, the zero moment of truth really started as the first moment of truth, something Procter & Gamble in the 80s had coined as the moment where a shopper is in front of a shelf. You have, I don't know how many seconds, a split second really to make an impression. So now Google has reinterpreted that and said, well, actually for shopping and decision making, a lot of that has moved online, and we need to make sure that before they're even in front of a shelf, that there is we're present and to support or understand what the behavior is of the customer. In higher ed, what has happened for at least the College of Professional Studies, that zero moment of truth has actually changed a lot of the decision making because there's so much content online that your prospective student can now get almost 100%, if not 100% of the information they need to make a decision without ever picking up a phone, without emailing, without going to an open house, and they go straight to application. And what that does is it switches you in two ways. One is you feel like you've lost control of the message, so you have to really shift through where those messages are, and are those messages tailored to what the consumer really needs. The second thing that's really dramatically changed is, and this is me presupposing that the consumer no longer wants to always pick up the phone. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes I've got plenty of information, I'm going to make the decision, let me make up my mind. That said, when you're on the internet world, our competition is now anybody they can look up. Mm-hmm. So our competition is no longer regionally. When you're online, their decision set can actually now go from 4 prospective universities to 20 or 30 or 40, and so the competition has actually changed because of that quite dramatically. And there's a lot of things that have changed simply because the zero moment of truth, our website is now our #1 marketing tool. A lot of people will say, well, of course, it has been. But when you think of it as a marketing tool without the intervention of someone walking into your store, coming into an open house, is you have to start thinking what is valuable to the prospect in that decision. And it's nothing that's truly radical, but it's hard to deliver on. It's the voice of the student. What is it really like? We get that question a lot. What is it like to be a student at Northeastern? And we need to help answer that in a real way. We have an initiative now this year in our team, we call it Make It Real. We're trying to not just have a nice pithy quote from a student who's saying that I love my degree, my master's degree in regulatory affairs has got me a new job. That's true most of the time, but it doesn't sound sincere. So what was it like? And so we're starting to try to figure out how to make the information more real to the prospective students so it's believable, but they also truly do get an idea, is this program right for me? What will it mean?
Great.
So zero moment of truth has rocked our world. It's changed everything.
Yeah, that certainly sounds like it, or at least a different perspective on the way that you think about marketing and how you're reaching these students, for sure.
Yes. In fact, I would say percentage-wise, how we reach students from the internet world from other methods such as direct mail, it's gone from what I would say, I'm making this probably 5 years ago would be 50-50. Now it's probably 95% online and everything. I'm not even sure what that other percent is. It's probably open houses. And our recruiting team is actually still incredibly important into that process. but we can't reach everybody that way.
Right, totally, totally. So I think Northeastern is kind of in this unique perspective in terms of online ed, or compared to solely online schools, because you have a brick and mortar campus. You have this professional studies group where things are available online. People can get kind of education with people who are professors both in the brick and mortar campus and on the online program as well. So what is the general attitude of Northeastern in general about online degrees and then the future of these online degrees?
I am so glad you asked that question, but not for the reason you think. We are a bricks and mortar school. We've been around over 100 years, so all that good stuff. But I'd like to discern between what is an online degree. I think that there's an online learning, and our degrees are, people can take them fully online. But I think it's time for us to no longer use the phrase online degree, because there isn't any difference between the degree you would get through an online learning modality as opposed to doing it in class. So I have started trying to strike that phrase from my lexicon, and I'm hopefully will be preaching to other people to drop it, because a lot of it's how these programs are developed for people to learn and to advance. And I'm actually in a program myself. They're extremely challenging, and you learn an enormous amount, but there's really not a difference in what you end up with at the end of the day. So a bricks and mortar degree versus online degree, no difference.
Very cool, very cool. One of the things I wanted to follow up on in your initial discussion about students and the accessing them and how you reach them, I'm wondering, from your perspective, from a marketing perspective, have the prospective students, have their behaviors and preferences changed in what they're looking for out of a group like the College of Professional Studies at Northeastern?
It's hard to say that their needs have changed or what they're desiring. I think people are much more in tune to getting a degree that's actually going to help them get ahead. The College of Professional Studies is designed for that person as well. So I don't know which one came first, but we have a group of students who really are ambitious. They're driven. Their professionals' lives are full. And they can't take 2 years off to get a master's, but they know it's extremely important. So a lot of the master's degrees that they're looking for, or I should say graduate, we have doctorate programs as well, are things that will help them get ahead or change careers. So we won't have the English literature master's, which I think is actually a great degree, but we're not going to have that. It would be a master's in project management, very applicable to people's work lives immediately. We have masters in leadership. We have sports leadership. We have a very popular master's in regulatory affairs program as well.
So the next question that I have for you is about the tools and technologies that you use. So it sounds like you're using a combination of social media outreach and email outreach, but what kind of tools do you use to help market to these prospective students?
Well, in the past year, we've updated the tools that we currently use. We have a marketing automation system that has been really instrumental in helping us push a lot more online. That has been extremely helpful, and it sits on top of Salesforce, which is our CRM system. And the other tools are, you're not going to be too surprised. You need to know your Facebook, and Facebook isn't even it. It's a lot of other social media modalities. You have to be out there. But the technology heavily is in the tools that we use to manage marketing programs, and not much more beyond that. If you want to go further into what are we delivering, we're delivering more video, we're delivering more infographics. We're really into something, I don't even know what the name is, but it's a blend between a slideshow and a video. So we are using a lot more engaging techniques that would get people as opposed to the written brochureware, which is still important.
Yeah. I definitely think that it all sounds like it has a part in sort of reaching the variety of students that would come to a program like this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, thanks, Julie. That was Julie Corin, Executive Director of Marketing in the Division of Professional Studies at Northeastern University. For more information on Julie or any of the other speakers at this year's conference, you can download an agenda by clicking the Download Now button below. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.